All right, what's going on, guys? We're back here. CJ's actually at work right now, so he had me take care of a few things. So we got the engine in right now so far. 2 of the 4 mounts are connected. We're having a little bit of issue with that transmission mount over there. Not sure if there's something different because it's a 5-speed, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. But the engine is in. It's supporting itself on one side. So we got that going, almost there. Also inside, had to do a little bit of rewiring. Ran all of his cables for his gauges up there. So once he gets back, we'll figure out what configuration we want to do with the gauges. That wasn't too bad, so it took a little bit of time, fixed a little bit of wiring, and we should be good. We actually ran those wiring through. Let me see if I can get a flashlight in here real quick. So if you look down under here, you can see back over there, that's where we ran all the wiring to. And
all right, I made it to the party. Mr. Rodney has been doing all the work since I have work, and he does this for a living. So I'm finally back. Seems like I'm always going to the store. This time I picked up a new clutch slave cylinder because the old one is janky and rusty, as you can clearly see. So that's getting replaced with this brand new.
not janky.
Yeah. So here is the fork stop. This hooks up to the back of this somehow, and it adjusts pedal feel, correct?
Say again?
The fork stop adjusts pedal feel?
It just depends on how far you want your clutch engagement to be.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So we'll see how this does, if I like it. I will be honest with you, I am not too thrilled with the clutch feel right now. Now that we had, oh, he just undid that, so I can't test it out. But I'm not very happy. It's a very stiff clutch. At least it's like consistent the whole way through. So as you're pressing it, it feels the same. It doesn't have any flat spots or anything like that. So it's not terrible, but it's definitely stiff. I really like the feel of the ACT clutch. I thought that was perfect. But yeah, I guess it'll just be something that I'll have to adjust. The Golf R clutch was actually very similar to that. And as I stated yesterday, we made a game time decision on the gauges. And turns out we're gonna have to ditch the little face that they come with. I have it right over this way. I think I have one of them out. Yeah, so we're gonna have to ditch the little faces on this just because it wouldn't fit in the cluster. But it's fine because as you can see, the cluster itself has a little like aluminum silver little trim, and it'll just match better. I don't really care about that. Rodney scared me when he told me they wouldn't fit, but they're 60 millimeter. That's the reason why I went with those specific gauges. And I'm not too thrilled about the way the shift knob is gonna look. I obviously have a new, actually I haven't told you guys, but I do have some new interior stuff. I'll do a full reveal of that later on, but I'm not thrilled with how this looks. And for those of you that are wondering, this 5-speed swap isn't exactly the best. It doesn't fit all the way, so there's a piece right here that's kind of sticking out. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, this is where we currently stand. Probably gonna sit this way for the remainder of today, and then we'll get started probably on the turbo tomorrow. Rodney says he's gonna let me do the whole turbo by myself. I've already done it once, so it's not that big of a deal. The only issue that I can see is, not an issue, but I'm gonna need help clocking it. I've never clocked a turbo before. Should be relatively easy though, because this one is kind of adjustable. It's a universal turbo, so I have to adjust it. But looking pretty clean overall. I think I'm gonna end up getting some like Samco hoses or Mishimoto, something like that. Just something to ditch this nasty looking one. We can do that later on. The trans looks pretty good. Everything else will look good with all the new parts. All right, quick little update. We got the clutch fork stop and the new slave cylinder in. Rodney just put some brake fluid in the reservoir, and I've been pumping.
That's what your brake fluid looks like.
Damn.
That's not yours though. I'm just messing with you.
Oh,
That's someone. That was the last job.
All right, so it looks like we finally got the clutch figured out after bleeding it. It's definitely stiff. It's got a little bit of play up top, nothing crazy. I'm gonna bang through gears real quick.
Yep, do your thing.
So I'm not a fan of this 5-speed at all. I am not a fan. It's way too notchy. I hope that it's only because it's a brand new transmission and it doesn't have any fluid in it. But this is gonna be rough if this is it. I'm not happy with this. Not to mention, I'm gonna have to get a different shift knob because this is too low. And unfortunately, this armrest doesn't slide up. So it literally puts me in a weird position where my elbow is kind of sitting above it. So I'm gonna have to get a taller shift knob to kind of mess with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very uncomfortable with this. Not a fan. Fourth gear seems to be kind of like right there. It's stuck like right there. So I'm hoping that that's not an issue, because last thing we need is that, honestly. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. I got work bright and early. I'm in the military, so I'm up bright and early. Mr. Rodney says he's gonna continue to push, but I gotta get home because I gotta go to sleep.
It's not like I have to work or anything.
Yeah, it must be nice, freaking you and your non-working ass.
All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back here on the build. Little status update. So today we're gonna be working on the wiring, the double pumper, and the Innovate gauge. That's what we'll be doing today. CJ's at work. He asked me to wait for him to get back to do the turbo, so we're just gonna wait off on that. So far, I've installed these injectors right here. Those are the nice blue injectors here. And then as a little surprise, CJ was talking about, is there any way to relocate the throttle cable because he doesn't like it going over the valve cover. We figured out a way to do it safely and correctly, and this is what we got. Throttle cable's routed all the way around behind these relays back here, all the way back behind the intake to where you can't see it, and then back out and up here into its position. If you look down there, you see we got a few AC lines. I put some felt tape around it just so we don't have any rubbing issues. And we checked it. One of the biggest things you want to make sure you do when you're installing the throttle cable and rerouting it is you don't want this cable to lock up on you because it'll lock up the throttle and it'll stick. So what we did is we tested it a few times. I'll have my trusty assistant inside push it, and as you can see, it doesn't lock up. It's nice and smooth all the way through, no play, and then let it go. And that's what we're looking at here. So it looks pretty good. Everything seems to work. We'll find out once we get the car running and started. We'll give you an update a little bit later, but that's where we're at right now. Once all these wires are where they should be, it should look a lot cleaner. So we'll give you an update in a little bit.
What's going on, guys? I'm back from work. Mr. Rodney's been hard at it all day. He was able to do the fuel pump, the injectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the things Rodney's done. If I can get some light.
You need here.
I got it. So, as you can clearly see, I got it. No worries. This is enough, dude.
All right.
This is plenty of light. As you can clearly see, we got the bulletproof double pumper. This is 255, two 255s, and it's there, and it goes with the relay box, which is mounted. Is it under the seat?
It is.
Yeah, it's under the seat somewhere.
Can you see it or not?
Not really.
I'm gonna pull the seat forward real quick.
Nah, no
You
worries.
should be able to see it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so-
wow, you tucked it in. That's
Yes, sir.
dope. You already know, with Rodney, you get quality work better than some shops. Actually, better than most shops, I should say. But yeah, he knocked that out. I was a little bit worried about that just because it didn't come with instructions. Rodney was also able to pretty much finalize the gauges, and that's how they're gonna sit, like so. So things are looking good. He's just doing the wiring for the Innovate gauge right now, and I'll show you the injectors. I think he already showed you quick video of that. So that's.
But I didn't have
and
the
rail.
I didn't have the rail on it
Yeah,
yet.
we're still missing. We're gonna work on this, and hopefully today we'll be able to
That's
mount
what's going on today.
the Mona Lisa,
What's going on?
the turbo.
Guaranteed.
This is what I've been looking forward to the most. I know it's what you guys want to see. There's nothing sexier than a turbo and a nice manifold. So yeah, that's gonna happen today, hopefully. He thinks we're gonna knock it out, but yeah,
it'll be in.
we're still grinding. One key thing we want to point out is these little pin freaking retainers. I don't know what else to call it.
That's pretty much yeah.
Those things are a pain in the ass. You guys already know Mitsubishi's not known for the best quality little parts, and this is one of those times where you get to see it. These little clips are a pain in the ass to get on and off. And that's what Raji's doing. So he knows the trick now. We learned it once we
Did it last time.
once we took it out. So what's the trick to it?
Trick to it is take your time.
Yeah.
Keep one side pushed in while you push the other side out, or pull the other side out, and then it'll go right in. So you get it clicked in there and you just push it out. Yeah, well, you don't want that to happen.
But yeah, a lot of stuff is self-explanatory. We just kind of want to give you a heads up for those considering doing this.